narrators and processionals, secrets and tributes. You are now tuned in to the Disney Holic Show.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Holic Show. That's Mike TV.
And that's Jen Diz.
From festive candlelight processional updates to Disneyland's 70th anniversary plans, we're diving into all the latest park news and events. Plus, friend of the show inspires us to uncover new Disney secrets. Man, trying to cram a lot of words into a little bit of time.
That's life.
And then
There's
timing it with a song.
So much to talk about and a lot of long words. Life
It gets
goes
complicated sometimes, right? It's much easier when we just have free form to make our episodes an hour and a half long all the time. You're welcome. So yes.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. I just want to start off with I'm going to pull this from another podcast I listen to. They do a segment called You Love to See It, and I'm going to talk about a responsible choice I made. You ready for this? I'm about to blow your mind.
I'll tell you if I love to see it.
Okay. I am in Los Angeles for work.
Los Angeles.
I'm here for a few days, and it's a very crazy, busy week. And I have Disneyland reservations for tomorrow night. However, tomorrow night is the only night that I have nothing else to do besides go to Disneyland. So what did I do? I canceled my Disneyland reservation. And I'm not going to go at all on this trip to Disneyland, but I am an adult and I need rest. So I made a responsibility choice.
How late is the park open? That's such a bummer.
Such a bummer. I think it's open till 11 right now during the week.
Okay, so that's nice. That's nice and late. How close are you? Are you in LA or Orange County?
I'm in Orange County. It's about 20 minutes, no traffic, 40 minutes with traffic.
Gosh, Orange County made it sound closer, but then 20 to 40 minutes made it sound like it could be a Hasselhoff. So full score and rating equals love to see it.
Wait. Okay. Okay, you love to see it already, but I
love to see it because you're saying you wanted to make just a nice adult decision. Doesn't mean you have to always, but you're like, all right, it's a Tuesday. That's when we record these. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to add one more thing to it. Two more things to it. You guys remember a few weeks ago, I was super sick. I feel that I am still not 100%. Like I'm not like sick anymore, but like I just kind of feel like crap still. So maybe I just need to rest, and I haven't had time to rest, even in my life outside of when I was sick. So I need a night off in general. And also what really was the kicker when I realized, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to make this decision. It's cold right now.
So weird.
And so I'm not feeling my best. I would be freezing and uncomfortable, and I just need rest. So cheers to me. You love to see it.
Love to see it, but I also love to see standing near Jolly Holiday with a hoodie when it's cold with a hot chocolate and a pastry.
Yeah.
So
I have to say that I would not have made this decision if I didn't check myself and be like, Jen, you're going to be living down the street from Disneyland in a very short amount of time. So calm down. You don't need to go right now.
Breaking news. We announced last week's episode that we are going to move to not one, but two orange freaking counties, Florida and California, reporting from both coasts, each of us. What a life.
Yep. What
a magical life.
So when we're talking about Disneyland, we have some Disneyland news that I would like to go over. Super exciting stuff going on, and some of it is just kind of fun to talk about too. Like there are like topics on here that I was like, I just need to like talk about this with you, and like I'm also like curious.
I love it. My favorite episodes. Our listeners
think.
My favorite episodes of The View, which I watch almost daily on ABC, is when they do a full Hot Topics episode. Those are the best.
Nice. Yep. They're really fun. They're probably one of my favorite to do. So in Disneyland news, they actually just had the candlelight processional, which at Disneyland is only like, I think 2 nights, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2 nights, 2 shows each or something like that. It's
And there's
very
like no
short.
space for it. It's like right in your way in the front,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it makes sense why they do it like that. But
Hello,
and then in
Fantasyland
Disney
Theater
World,
people, use it. They should use it.
yeah, yeah, I know. But they have the Disney World one. Excuse me, see, I'm still coughing. Annoying. Sorry about it.
Yes, there's a Disney World one in the America Stadium of Epcot, and that goes for a lot longer, like at, at least a few weeks and
I
tons
think it's
of
the
different
full
guest
month,
hosts. Full
which is
month.
nuts.
It's the same stage where you can see 98 Degrees and Boys to Men during the festivals.
Okay, that is a little less magical than the train station, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it would be fine with me. Like, get that stuff out of here anyway. I don't even want it. Like, I don't care about it. Anyway, that's my opinion. Sorry if I offended
Right,
anybody,
right,
but
right.
also
I'm
it's
very
just weird.
offended.
Like,
I'm very offended
you know how
because
like
I I went to it twice, and the story of baby Jesus is just so magical that
it's
that I
weird to
love
me
it.
when they bring religion into a place like Disneyland. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like you're not supposed to talk about certain things in certain areas, and that would be, it's just weird.
it
It's like very
feels
religious.
like church in there.
Yeah, yeah,
It feels like
that's it. It
church,
feels like church.
and
That's
they have
weird.
the outfits on and everything. But then what I do is this: I just cosplay as a churchgoer for like 2 hours because it's usually someone cool like Neil Patrick Harris, NPH. Um, there's all kinds. I think you even have a list of people, but they, if you do like to see a celebrity that close, it's one of the few times you could. But these fairs and festivals and stuff are,
Yeah. So
depending
speaking
on who
of,
you like, it could be good
yeah.
though.
So you get your plethora of them in Disney World. So let's look at the narrators for this year, shall we? What do you think?
Oh, over at Disney World.
Both.
Oh, both. Yes, I want to know. I don't know anything about the Disneyland ones yet, let alone the
Okay.
Disney World. Yeah,
So
tell
it's
me.
only one narrator for Disneyland, I think. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I should double check myself. But turns out it was Agatha all along. So Catherine
Catherine
Hahn,
Hahn herself. That is
hmm
very cool. Very
it's very
fitting.
hot right now, right? She's
Yeah.
like the new
And
thing,
she's
and
a
she's
good
now
orator. Like her whole thing is storytelling as Agatha and
right.
luring people to come to down the witch's road. It's a new remix.
So yeah, so we got Catherine Hahn at Disneyland, which I thought was pretty cool. So that was awesome. And then in Disney World, the list is a lot longer. And let's go through it because I find this quite chaotic. It's just kind of all over the board. And like, I know you know your celebrities so much better than I do. So I actually will need some education as we go through this if you do know these people, because there's some names on
Yes.
here I don't know. So first and foremost, they have Josh Gad. We all know
Olaf
Josh
himself.
Gad, voice of Olaf. Amazing, funny, super Disney-holic, like
But you know what else?
OMG, Disney
He's also
legend.
super Jewish, which is funny that people, it
Oh, right.
sounds like we were talking earlier, bringing the religion in, even weirder like that. So I guess they're really just having fun with it as if it is a fictional story, which I'm totally fine with, in my opinion.
That's funny. I didn't even catch that part of that. Huh.
Josh Gad, Olaf, he also is, you were saying, a Disney fan. Didn't he do the Jungle Cruise skipper recently as like his, uh, something he's
Yes.
a
Yeah.
bucket
At the
list
park, you mean?
item?
Yep.
So cool. So
Love
cool.
it.
All right. We love another Disney holic doing it.
We do. Next up was Nico Santos. Now, I do not know who this
All
is.
right. So if you're Filipino, you have to claim your other Filipinos. So I have to claim Nico Santos. He is a very funny comedian. He
Oh,
made
okay.
his name in Superstore, that Walmart looking show. He has
Oh, I
glasses
don't know it.
sometimes. He's really funny. He likes to play, or not likes to, he tends to be cast as like an effeminate gay character, which is funny and it works for him. I think he's on this new hospital show that just recently came out. That's a comedy where he's like a nurse. Um, but yeah,
Wait, is he
funny
gay?
guy. Yes, very gay.
Okay. Like if he's
So we
playing
had
a gay character,
we
I
had
would go,
very
okay.
Jewish, now very gay. Look at that. So
Yeah, okay,
diversity,
fine. All
here
right,
we
Disney.
come. Love
I
it.
might start rethinking this candlelight processional. I'm enjoying the DEI of this
There
candlelight
we go.
processional.
Wake
Okay,
it
let's
up a
keep
little bit.
going.
Okay.
Next one I do not know either. It is Chrissy Metz. Metz.
Okay, I do not know Chrissy Metz because I there's a show that's really popular that she's from that I don't watch that people love so much. It's like ABC drama, weekly, family, and
Is
Mandy
it
Moore is
Abbott
in it.
Elementary?
No, I haven't
I
seen
was
that
just
either.
thinking for some reason that one stuck out.
It's the one with Mandy Moore, and she's old lady and regular age.
Mandy Moore's doing stuff right now. I didn't even know that.
It like goes back and forth. Once upon a time, it has that really handsome guy that people love, Mentiglio. He has a beard. He's like from
Mm.
Heroes. I don't know the name of that
Okay, so we
show.
don't know who Chrissy Metz is, but she
Mhm.
is part of this
This
narrator
is
group as
us.
well.
It's called This Is Us.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the guy is very handsome.
Yes.
The brother, is it his twin sister?
Ventimiglio. I can't think of his
Chrissy
whole name.
Metz.
Probably. I don't know the show.
Okay. Well, she was there. And then Whoopi Goldberg,
Okay, stop. We were just talking
Cala
about The View.
Calafrica. What was her name for the
Califia,
Califia? Yeah.
the California goddess or something like
Calafrica
that.
was better, but okay.
Uh-huh. It was a Little Mermaid took it over.
I love it.
Okay, so I would go. I don't know if I would fully plan around it, but if we were there, I would definitely plan to attend that one. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
The View again.
She's now been the host of The View for so long, um, during and after Barbara Walters. And there's kids these days that know her as the lady from The View and not Whoopi effing Goldberg.
Oh, that's
Like
crazy.
it's so weird, but I love that in her what 70s or whatever, late 60s, 70s. Like she has this whole other life now as this commentator. But I love Whoopi Goldberg for so many reasons, like Ghost. She plays Rita May, Rita Brown, well, depending on
Sister Act. Excuse
okay,
me.
Sister Act. She could bring
She
some
should have worn her Sister
sister.
Act
She
habit
would have
to
Sister
the
Mary
candlelight
Clarence.
processional.
Sister Mary Clarence. And if she sang the songs, oh, Disney owns Sister Act.
That would be so
So
cool.
I really love the songs in that.
Me too.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. She's also a huge pothead. Love her for that. And she's very open about it. And I swear, like half the time on The View, she's stoned. You can tell. Um, oh, that would be fun. Okay. All right. Whoopi.
All right, Whoopi. Um, this name I recognize, but I couldn't tell you who it is. It's Titus Burgess.
Yes, he's from that Kimberly show or something on Netflix. He's like the Broadway actor.
I don't know that
Um,
one either.
he sometimes get no, well, yeah, he's very like Broadway, and he has like
Okay.
very prominent eyeballs. Oh, what's that show on Netflix? Kimmy, The Fabulous Life of Kimmy Metz or something like that. No,
Chrissy
yeah,
Metz. Just
like
kidding.
unbreakable Kimmy shit. He's the
Kim
guy.
Possible. Okay. Next up is Brendan Fraser.
Well, literally coming out of the tombs, the mummy,
Yes, the
and
Mummy Tombs. Wait, was he a mummy?
he was the star of the mummy.
He
He
was,
was
right? Okay,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones Part Two in the 90s and 2000s. Okay, so we love his comeback. Um, what is he said? We love to see it. Like he said, we love
We
to
love to
see
see
it.
it.
We love a comeback, and it's a very humble comeback. And he either got nominated or won an Oscar recently for The Whale. And he has a good speaking voice. Like it's nice and deep, so that could make for a nice telling of the, the Bible.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus. Next up is the one and only Ralph Macchio.
Karate effing kid.
What is he doing here?
Okay, first of all, he not only made a comeback, but I was on the early train on this comeback because back when Ugly Betty was a thing, which now is long ago, but it was still far after Karate Kid. Like he was gone for a long time. And then he comes up in Ugly Betty as one of the love interests for Betty's sister. And he looked so cute. And we were all just like, oh, okay, he's back, blah,
He
blah,
still
nice
got it.
body. And then, yeah, and he's still got it even now. Cut to 2020s. They did a Cobra, it's called Cobra Kai on Netflix. And he's in it. It's already on like season 4, I think. And it's the spinoff of Karate Kid and even includes the bad guy or his nemesis from the movie. They're both in it. I haven't seen it. I heard it's good. I never watched it.
Me
Um,
either.
and it's owned by
I
Netflix,
did
not
see that he
ABC.
just recently got his star on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, look at that.
So
I
I
don't know
guess
who
he's
the
doing
relation
things
to
still.
Disney
That's
though.
good.
That's a deep dive.
Yeah. Then Gary Sinise, that also is very familiar, the name. However, I couldn't tell you who it is.
Okay, first of all, it's Gary Sinise.
Dang
And
it! I almost said it like that. And then I'm like, no, that's not it.
I'll give you a clue. He's a captain and he is an amputee. His most famous, one of his most famous characters, not him, and was with Tom Hanks in a really great film.
Okay. Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, yep, with a little boat. That's him.
Is he doing stuff right now? I'm just like, where did
No,
he?
yeah, that one I don't
This
know.
lineup is just random. It feels like very random to me.
This is where it's starting to get like the Food and Wine Festival musical performances. It's like it's
Yeah.
not D list, it's like C list, like
That's funny. It's like the
respectable,
surreal
but
life.
yeah, it's like, and they need a paycheck. Gary
Okay, but
Sinise
it
needs a
keeps getting
paycheck.
better as we go.
Oh, oh.
So the next one up is NPH. And like not like he's like this huge star right now, but he's very Disney.
He's very much a huge star. He hosts like every family friendly
Oh,
live show.
I
So
guess
I
I'm
think
not. I thought it was like Ryan Seacrest still doing all
Disney loves
that.
he's very much trying to steal that man's career.
Gotcha. Okay. I was not in the
In
know
a good
about that.
way. Disney loves him, families love him.
I love him too. He's also
Adorable.
super big into the escape room community.
Huge. He made
Very
that board
cool.
game
Box
that you had
one.
me play, Box
You still have
One.
never played it?
He is a fan favorite for the Candlelight Processional, by the way. And he is one of the ones I have seen live.
Oh, okay. Very
Yep.
cool.
In
Nice.
Disney World, and he did a really good job. Um, he just got canceled recently, though. I mean, this is hot topics, right? So we could talk
What?
about this stuff like we're on the View. So
Oh my God.
he
Can we
got
just
can
start doing
yeah
our whole format like the view, please?
yeah. Can we just talk all the shit? So he got canceled and already what is it called?
Oh, he's been through the cycle.
Yeah, he's already back. People already forgot, which makes me sad. But I also want to forget, just like I still eat at Chick-fil-A. So NPH, after Amy Winehouse died, do you know this
Oh, I think
story?
I did hear this. Tell
And
me.
there,
He like dressed
and
up as her in a costume,
worse. Like I couldn't even
like a dead
comprehend.
Amy Winehouse.
Okay, you're closer.
That's all I remember.
I can't even comprehend how someone would think of this. So he had a party, and this is all on video and picture, so it's not like word of mouth. It's you could see it. And he had her dead body as a cake.
It's right before you said it, I pictured it.
Like, who does
Uh,
that? Who does that? It's so sick. What's the word? Macabre? That's that. Like, what are you doing this day and age? So, but
and you know what
we
sucks
move
is
on.
that like when you say who does that, I'd say probably like any of my friends. Anyone who's not famous and get away with it.
Wow. It's so weird. It just, well, you have to look at the picture. You may change that.
Okay.
It looked so like, it just looked sick. It looked like someone was like playing with this, like a sad dead body. Sad
Ugh.
because, we were so sad about how she died and everything.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it just like
She
added
was a
to it.
sensitive topic too. It's not just like somebody we didn't
Yeah.
like or
Yes. If it
somebody.
was like a
Yeah.
zombie or somebody said on Reddit, if it was like Bob Chapek, I think it'd be kind of funny.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but NPH, he's back anyways, and it sounds like he's on the lineup. So there we go. And he was
Oh my
good. So
goodness.
highly recommend. Forgive and forget.
All right. Next up, Pat Sajak, which for 90% of my life thought it was Zajac with a Z. Is this a Mandela effect?
What? I've never heard anybody say it that way.
Really? I have to look this up.
Zajac?
I
That could
always
be a
thought it was
Mandela. That's a good
Zajac.
example.
Pat
Okay, so
Sajak.
Pat Sajak, ABC, Wheel of Fortune for like 400 years, recently retired. You know who took his job, right? Ryan Seacrest. We were just talking about
Oh my
that.
God, that's funny.
He took his
Also, when I
job.
saw this lineup, I was like, this is incorrect because Pat Sajak died. And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh
Ooh.
no, he just retired. My
Isn't that
bad.
the, I think you're thinking of your favorite, Alec. Okay, here's
No, I'm not. I know that.
another
He's
Nelson.
very
I mean,
familiar. Thank you.
another Mandela effect. Alec or Alex? I still don't
Oh
know.
yeah, that's definitely one for sure. Which
How
is also
funny.
weird because Alec is the least popular out of
Is it
those two
Alec with a
options.
C?
It's Alex, isn't it?
See, now we both don't know. I have no idea. But
No, I need to look
and
this up right now
and
because I feel like,
the odds that these are two game shows back to back every night for like 100 years.
yeah, his name is Alex, like Alexander.
Alex Trebek.
But
How
we all
funny.
thought it was Alec, which
Alec,
is a
like Alec
way less
Baldwin.
popular name than Alex. So
It's
that's
very weird.
weird, right? That we all thought it was the
Very weird.
wrong version of a more random name.
So Pat
Very weird.
Zajac, I mean, he's a host of entertainment, so I guess he could do a good job.
And ABC is owned by Disney.
There you go.
So
He
fam
gets to
bam.
wear
All right.
that blue cast member thing 100 years
Blue
from
cast
now.
member thing. What's that?
The the badge,
The legacy badge?
the legacy badge.
Okay. Then to me, this just gets like, okay, seriously, what is even going on now? The next one is Gloria Estefan.
Come on, baby, we're gonna do that conga, don't any
Cosmic
longer
Rewind,
now.
watch out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby, keep on dancing. 5, 6,
So
7
random.
times.
Next one.
Wait, did you
Edward.
say her name? You didn't say her name.
Yes, I did. That's
Oh,
what
I thought we
started the
just
whole
started singing.
conversation, or that started your karaoke over
Oh
here.
my goodness. Okay.
Next one was Edward James Olmos.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
You don't know who Edward James Olmos
I
is?
know the name, don't know who it is.
Very famous Mexican American actor. He's in so many things that I'm gonna have to look it up. You know what I mean? When they're in everything, he's like a James Earl Jones. Funny enough,
That's
he
funny because I
played.
was thinking that when I was reading the
There you
name. I
go.
almost said it.
Selena's dad in Selena, who she was played by J Lo. He
Oh, he's
plays
like an
dad.
old school actor.
Old school actor. He's in that one. Is it called Echo Park? He's like one of the Mi Familia, My Family. That's the one that in the 90s, like a lot of people learned about like that culture. But he's in that. My favorite that he's in is Battlestar Galactica, which has its whole own nerd fandom.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
he's like the main captain
Okay.
or whatever like that.
Okay, I
So
know
he's
who
like in
that
every
is. Yeah.
episode.
I knew that
Um,
one from Battlestar Galactica, of course.
there you go. Love it.
Nerd.
Wow. So he's good. He has in the way he speaks, it makes you listen up.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. That's good. Next one is Sterling K. Brown, which I immediately thought of the Winnie the Pooh guy. What was his name? Sterling something?
Wait, you mean
The
Mr.
voice of Winnie the
Sanders?
Pooh. Sterling Holloway or something like that.
Oh, Sterling
Is that it?
Holloway. Yeah.
So Sterling K. Brown, another This Is Us actor,
There you
right?
go. Another This Is Us. He also
And I
did a
think he
really
got
good
like
job in
Sexiest Man of the Year at some point too, or
Oh
something.
wow.
So I think so.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then last but certainly not least is the Little Mermaid herself, Jodie Benson.
She would.
Well, she would, is that what you said?
She would. To me, that's the out of the bag. Like they have a list of backup people, and she's always there. What is it? We love to see it for her. That's a
You love to
paycheck,
see
like
it.
constant. She has all these expos, conventions. People love her. People love her.
They do. They do. I feel like they did that one for the Disney fans. I think that's pretty cool.
That's a
Like
good
all
one.
these
Like
other
if,
people,
yeah,
most of them are just for like anybody because they're big, all big stars. And then Jodie Benson, most people may not know who she is, but all of us do. All of us
she's
have a
been a
place for
part of
Jodie
our
Benson
world
in our heart.
for like 30
Part of
years.
our world. And those poor, no, I'm not even going to get into that conversation. Okay. So thanks for reviewing that with me. That was all. I just wanted to like go over that list. I just thought it was so, I was reading it and my face was just like, what is going on? So that was fun. Um, Next up, this is just a quick peek over at Walt Disney World. This is old news now, but I just thought it was fun. The Muppet Takeover is officially launched for Rock and Roller Coaster. So if you haven't already heard it, that's exciting news. I think it's gonna be super cute. It was part of the inspiration for our wallpaper here. If you're watching us on YouTube, I am super into this AI creating our backgrounds because they're heck of fun, and I could never do that if I tried.
Perfect use for it.
And I just put
Um,
like a bunch of topics that we're talking about today, and it just created this beautiful background for us. So it's kind of cool. It's like collaborating or
yeah, and I
combining
would
all of the
say
stuff from our topics.
for those who only listen, this is probably the first cool reason to actually check us out on YouTube for the first time because these
Right?
backgrounds are so cool.
They're so fun. We
Yeah.
have candlelight for the candlelight processionals. We have the Muppets. We have the Disneyland Castle. And I said rainbows because of the next thing we're about to talk about, the 70th anniversary
Well,
lineup.
hold
So,
on.
oh,
The roller coaster for a second
okay,
more,
you want to talk more about this. Okay.
a little bit more. So we had armchair imagineered this. I know we had like within the last few years that
Yes.
they should just put the what is the band called? Oops, the Muppets
Oh,
band.
don't put me on that. There's a whole show called it.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
we
gosh.
always thought they should put Dr. T and the
Dang
Electric
it.
Mayhem
Oh,
into
Electric Mayhem, there it is. Yes.
into the ride. It would be so good, and I hope that they add more Muppet stuff, even though we know that One Next Door is actually becoming a villain show that's currently Lightning McQueen. A lot of the fans are saying turn that into something Muppets.
Yeah.
And I will say I do have one unpopular opinion, which is Muppets. What's the name of the show? Muppets 3D. It's just called
Yeah.
that.
Muppet
Muppets
Vision.
3D. Muppet Vision. It was time for it to go. And I'll tell you why. There's a CG character that plays a main role in it. It's so annoying, and it's not Muppets or Jim Henson like at all. And I think if we could get something new Muppet
Yes.
show, just not gone all the way, a new Muppet show, then I think it's all worth it. So we'll
I
see.
am 100% with you on that.
There you
Like,
go.
I love Muppet Vision 3D, but I have to say my favorite part of the whole show is when Sweetums comes out at the end. So just keep him
Live
with
action.
the paddle ball thing. Like, just keep
Love
him
it.
in it and then make a new show because you know what? These shows, in all honesty, like we all know and love them, but nobody goes to them anymore. Like it just
Yeah.
they have a lot more wear and tear in comparison to like a roller coaster or something. So it's time for renewal. It's been out for a very long time. So
They
I'm with
should
you on that.
have this is completely armchair imagineering because they won't do it, but they should have the Muppets host the villains cabaret show or whatever. Just do
Oh,
put it
oh,
all together. Like
and
they'll
I'll
be the
just
in
feel ripped
between.
off again. I'm like, oh,
Remember like that Christmas show we watched where they
yeah,
were the
that's
in
what I'm talking
between?
about. Yes.
There you go. They could be the Ryan Seacrest and PH. I mean, it's something. Do you know who
I
the
feel like the
current one
Muppets
is?
and the villains together is another chaotic combination.
It is. It could go many different ways. Do you know who's going to take the place of Lightning McQueen in the Vision show, in the villain show?
No.
A giant slave in the mirror, giant one that turns and moves and looks at you and everything.
Oh, we already have that information? I didn't even know that.
It's in the concept art, so we'll see. But and then
Okay.
live actors coming on, like as he conjures them or
Oh,
whatever. Yeah,
interesting.
so
Okay.
it looks 10 times better than the Cars thing. So
Yeah,
we'll
that
see
car
how
thing
they
was weak.
use the venue. Week,
It was weak. I'm glad I got to go see it just so that I can understand how weak it was.
week. Yeah, check it off. Done.
Yep.
Okay, I
And it was
had to
funny
talk
because
about
I
Muppets.
remember people were like saying it's like this brand new technology, but I realized I'm like, oh, I think it's brand new technology for Disney World because we have the whole Cars ride where they have that same technology in it.
It's like one prop out of like the 20 in California.
Yeah,
Oops.
exactly. So yeah, so that's exciting. I think it'll be really
Same.
cute to see a little more Muppets on a bigger scale than just a 3D show, which I think is fun. Okay, back to Disneyland, 70th anniversary lineup. The date has been officially announced. So the 70th anniversary is launching on May 16th of next year. Um, I would again expect a year and a half, right? It's usually like a year and a half of these celebrations that go on. Just think
Yeah,
about it that
that's
way.
a
I
good
don't know,
estimate.
but it's usually around what it is. And on May 16th is, oh my God, this is my only goal for that day is to see
Okay.
Walt Disney: A Magical Life, which is the title of the Walt Disney animatronic show inside the Lincoln Theater.
Wait,
So,
that is coming as soon as May of next year?
yep.
That's too soon. I'm not ready
Oh
for
my
it.
God. Wait, when are we in? Oh, we're not in there until June. Okay. Oh my God. I just
Freaking
freaked
out,
out about
freaking
Epic
out.
Universe.
I'm not ready for this yet. I thought
I'm
this
not
was
ready for
like
it either.
3 years out.
Yeah, it felt like, okay, they announced it, it might happen,
Like
but
this is the one thing they choose to fast track. I did hear on WDWNT that they had confirmed that the family got to see it already
oh,
and
really?
like approve it, and they said it's perfect, it's wonderful, he would love it, including
Oh.
like his grandkids who in my mind sound like children, but they're probably full-grown adults, right?
Oh yeah, there's that
Grandchildren.
one that's like hella pissed off about it too.
What? Oh well.
So some are approving, some are not.
Yeah.
Um, so that is coming, and I'm wondering how crazy it's gonna be over at that theater that day. Or like for the first year of that or something. I don't know. It's just gonna be crazy, I think. So we'll see how it goes, but I will be there that morning. Um, and then Paint the Night returns, which we've known, but it's super
Okay.
exciting just to think about. But the bad news that came along with that is that they are not going to be having Magic Happens at all in 2025. So,
Done. That ship has sailed. Todrick
no,
Hall has
Magic
been
Happens is
canceled.
good.
But
But
Todrick
it's a
Hall
daytime
canceled.
parade, which is kind of
It's
weird to me that they
the
had to get rid of it for like I feel like Disney World is has a lot of parades, and then here it's just like,
Disney World hasn't had a nighttime parade in years, and they just announced one. I already forgot what it's called, but it's coming.
yeah. So we are losing Magic Happens, which sucks, but
we
that's
never,
okay.
it never came back though, right? Or did it?
Yeah, it did.
See, I still haven't seen it twice. Two
Yeah,
chances.
it's back. It's gone right now because of that was the thing is when it left for the holidays, and I think it left as soon as Halloween, if I'm not mistaken, but um because they started doing like the Halloween stuff instead, and then the fireworks are different and everything started changing, and then the holiday parade started up. Um they People were wondering, like, the 70th anniversary, is that going to change everything around? Like, what's going to happen? Is Magic Happens coming back? And we now have confirmation that it is not. So that's a bummer. But Paint the Night
Is
is
there
really
a
good.
70th parade coming?
No,
Oh,
no.
see, they should have at least replaced it because Paint the Night is on our wish list, but it is a return
Yeah.
entertainment thing.
There is
Yeah,
a new cavalcade, which I know you like a
we do like a
cavalcade.
cavalcade. We like to see a cavalcade.
So they have a cavalcade that'll replace that daytime feel of a parade.
Okay,
Um,
I'll take that, and it's less crowd control. That's why I like those two.
right. So they have that as well as new projections on Small World and like when they do those like early evening shows and stuff, projections, they have some new
Oh
options for
wow,
that to go along with that.
water spray sometimes
Yeah,
by the
maybe.
thing.
And then they
Pardon.
have Wondrous Journeys also returning. That was the 65th anniversary. Was that from the 65th?
I can't remember her. Wondrous Journeys fireworks
Yeah.
show.
It was like the most recent new fireworks show at Disney World. I
Oh
think or Disneyland. I think it was the 65th because yeah,
darn!
because
I
the
don't. Did we
60th
like
one was
that?
the one with all of the movies in it. So, but that's just again another return, but confirmed that it's coming back. Also, Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade is coming back to DCA. So that one was pretty recent. So it's just like coming back on another run.
Reuse, reduce,
Um,
recycle. Remember
yes.
those
And
three
then
R's.
speaking of, sometimes you still get your brand new things. World of
Okay.
Color has a new show and it's called World of Color Happiness exclamation point.
Ooh, that I like.
Um,
I like to see that because it's new. I am like 4 World of Color shows behind that I haven't
Me
seen.
too. I don't watch World of Color much. It's
I like
weird.
it. I like it, but I also am cheesy and I like to like look at the Bellagio fountains in Las Vegas. Like I'm just like,
Yeah, so do I. I don't know why I
ooh.
didn't get into it. Maybe I just hate waiting for it or something. I don't know what it is, but
It is good when you just like walk up on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's usually when I watch. And then last but not least are their new outfits. You saw the outfits. I mentioned
Yeah.
that they reminded me of Magic Happens, which is even funnier now that Magic Happens is leaving. Because they have the asymmetrical cut on Mickey only, I think. I think Minnie's
It
was
looks so
normal, but
weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. And I didn't like it
Uh,
on Magic Happens. I know I'm gonna get burned at the stake for that. A lot of people love the costuming for Magic Happens. It wasn't for me. Um,
I do like
a
the
lot of it was that
colors
asymmetrical stuff. Like,
of
just don't care.
the colors of this concept art look good.
Yes, I
But
love
I
the
don't like the
colors.
asymmetrical. Yeah.
And then there's also like if you zoom in on Mickey's jacket, there's this like cute little emblem with the castle and like the color swirls around it. I was like, oh my God, I think there's gonna be a lot of really cute merch coming out that I'm
Ooh,
gonna buy up.
we
Like
like that.
if they stay with that style and that theme of the color scheme, I will probably buy it all. It just looks really cute. And I love a good like chunky castle image in merchandise. So hopefully they stick with that. So yeah, so that is the 70th. I think the only new things we're getting is the Walt Disney Animatronic, the new World of Color show, and then the Cavalcade and projections. So really not too much new stuff, but I bet you money they're saving up for the 75th anniversary because that's going to be a much bigger deal than the 70th, right? So, I
Betcha
mean,
by
who
golly,
knows? We also thought the
wow.
50th was going to be the biggest thing on the planet. In Disney World, it wasn't. So we will have to see. Time will tell. But yeah, that is the 70th anniversary. And another announcement
Did
that
you
came out
know?
around, huh?
Oh, just random side note trivia
Okay.
that at the 65th, I just watched a video about a canceled ride re-overlay
Okay.
that was supposed to happen that got canceled. And I want to know what you think about it. So Roger Rabbit in Toontown, around the time when it was all reopening, Toontown, all the new stuff, it was supposed to turn into a DuckTales ride. But here's
Oh,
the catch. It was going to be the new DuckTales design. I pause there because I don't like it.
is this according to Mike TV?
No,
Because
no,
I've
this I
never
promise you
heard
this was
about
really
this.
this is real. But then the show didn't do
What?
as good as they thought, so they canceled it. They canceled the project altogether.
Wow.
But it was going to be like the front facade was going to be like Donald something, and then you go in and then stuff happens and blah blah blah.
I would have been really bummed out if Roger Rabbit lost a place in Disneyland, especially Toontown. You can't like take Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit out of Toontown.
And they would never put Roger Rabbit anywhere else in the world again. So it would be done and sad.
Yeah, I think that was according to Mike TV. I don't believe
I
it.
promise you, I promise you it's not. But when you were saying that there were no like major new attractions, that's I was trying to think like, oh, that made me think of it. But it is a
Huh.
bummer. There's not anything brand
I think that
new.
was also around the time when they like gave Jessica Rabbit a real job kind of deal.
Ooh,
Like,
they're like, okay, well, we have budget for something. Let's give her a
wait, she
trench
was
coat.
working. She was a singer
Just
and
singer, lounge singer.
performer. So she
Yeah,
was actually real jobbing it already, but
yeah.
whatever. Um, okay, so that is the 70th. They also went ahead and announced the After Dark events, and I'm a little bummed because Throwback Night did not make it back, which I get it. It wasn't sold out, wasn't packed, but I freaking loved that night so much. It was so up my alley. And the fact that it didn't sell out made it even nicer, if you know what I
Up
mean.
your alley.
It was up my alley and around the corner. Thank you. But they did announce that Sweethearts Night is coming back. So we're getting that again. I've never been to one, so I might go ahead and go. It is not on February, like on Valentine's Day, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it normally is or not, but I feel like it should be.
Some regular ticketed person's gonna complain that it's closed.
Oh, you might be right. You
Feel
went
like I
through
wanted
it.
to have my moment in
I
Peter
wonder too,
Pan
I'm actually gonna peek real fast. Is
with my
February
sweetheart.
14th a like Saturday? Let's see. A
Tunnel of Love.
Friday. It's a Friday. You're
Friday.
probably right.
There's a
Okay.
Friday the 13th coming up this Friday, just so everybody knows.
I am excited. Oh yeah, it's one day off. Okay. Then they're bringing back 90s night, which I think is like the one everybody's really excited about. So that's really
That's the
cool.
demographic right there.
Yep,
Millennials,
that's the
Zennials, Gen
demographic.
X. Yep.
So 90s night is coming back. Star Wars night is also coming back,
Too many. There's
as
too many.
well. What?
There's too many Star Wars nights. There's like eight or something.
Oh, there's a
Ridiculous.
lot. Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah, I think they should just leave it like, I mean, they're making bank off it though. Why would they not? And
Yeah. Then
people
they
love
shouldn't
it
have.
and they get sold out so quick.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
That's life.
Um, but it's all the way back in like the throughout all of April, which feels weird.
Too soon. Life day. Because you're going to be a
Right.
local soon. What if you just want to head over at night and it's always freaking closed for these dumb after dark?
Ooh, don't even make me think about
There
that.
you go. You got
I
to
have
go across to San
to also now feel
Francisco.
what it's like to be a local with reservations.
Then you
I
can finally watch
don't
World
like
of
it.
Color because that's the only park you can go into.
That was another tough one for today or this week about canceling my reservation because they've been sold out this week for like a couple weeks now.
Dang.
And I had that one already. And so like giving that up meant like I really can't go
Do you
at
think
all.
someone was refreshing it and you made their whole night and they really
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
go?
absolutely.
There you
You're
go.
welcome. If you're listening,
You're
you're
welcome.
freaking welcome. So Star Wars Night has a bunch of nights coming back, and then Pride Night is coming back. So that'll be in June, per the usual. So we got four heavy hitter nights that were all really popular coming back. I think that Princess Night didn't make it back as another one that didn't continue.
Pass.
Yeah, yeah. There was a couple. So they
Didn't they
are,
do a copycat version of Dapper Day? Was that throwback?
um,
Forgot what that was called. If it wasn't that.
Throwback Night was probably the closest to that. Yeah. I don't think it was supposed to be a copy of,
But it was
but well,
like,
kind of, yeah.
yeah, it
The
was like
way
a
it was
week
titled,
after it
yeah.
too.
Because it's like stick, come back into the early days of Disneyland and stuff. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
interesting. Interesting.
Ah, aha.
I wish Disney World did these.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love a theme. Love a theme.
Excuse me. Okay. Um,
That's you
excuse me.
scoffing at Disney World for not having
I
these.
am. How dare them to peasants.
To a girl, huck to a girl.
Tua. Okay. One thing I did want to mention, the last time I actually went to Disneyland, um, I got to visit the Haunted Mansion and go through the brand new queue. So I got to now see the expanded queue in the Haunted Mansion. It's now open, virtual queue is gone.
Was it
Oh my
needed? Do
gosh.
you think they needed more queue?
Was it what?
Needed? Necessary?
For holiday season, absolutely.
Oh, so that's when the line comes out the gate is usually holiday season.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And it's nice. There's a couple things that I want to check into. Like I don't really know, maybe I'm missing stuff by looking at it. Like the way they advertised it or like sold it to us fans is that there's gonna be all these new gardens that you get to walk through of like, and it made it seem like they're gonna be like purposeful gardens. Like this is themed after Madame Leota, and that's themed after not necessarily that, but like I'm gonna cough till I die. What do I do?
You're gonna go off, you're gonna die, you're gonna end up in these decorated gardens
You're
outside
gonna
Haunted
make me into a
Mansion.
cake
Eat
and
your
eat it
cake,
too
invite Neil Patrick Harris, and then we'll eat the cake in front of the audience at the America
on
Theater
YouTube
on
live
YouTube.
with our podcast. Thank you. Please don't. So, they really sold it to us thinking that there was going to be this like these different areas that had like stories and stuff to them. And maybe I'm just missing it, but it really gave me like this is pretty. It's nice to walk through. There's like a little trellis area and like an atrium, um, like skylight area, all sorts of stuff. But it really kind of felt like they just bought a bunch of stuff at like Home Goods or like a garden center and
Yikes.
threw it in the mix.
I
For
believe it.
instance, the ones that bother me the most, there's these little statue like um pillars that have this round ball on it that's like this bright neon orange swirl. It looks like one of those things you'd like stick out in the garden. You know, like those mirror balls that
Oh,
people put in their gardens. It's like that,
yeah.
but it's like a swirly one. And then they have another one on the other side that's also the same thing but blue. And it just like they're bright and colorful and neon and that could be fine, but it's just not matching for me for Haunted Mansion. So I'm like curious, were these something that were really popular in the Victorian era? Maybe that's why. They look super modern to me, but who knows? So I need to do some more research. This is just my initial reactions to it. I wasn't like nowhere near as excited as I thought I would be going through it. Like I really wasn't catching on to any story from
Yeah,
like
they
a
made it sound
majority of
like
it.
the pergola area was supposed to be reminiscent of the conjuring room of Madame Leota.
Right. And like there's that
Fail.
skylight area that kind of reminds me of like where the coffin is inside. But like they didn't
Not
sell it
enough.
to us like,
Not
oh, these are
enough.
going to make you think of rooms in the Haunted Mansion. They sold it to us and there's going to be like this story to tell out here. So like,
It's now
what is said
loosely
story?
inspired by, is what I'm hearing. Barely even
Yeah,
inspired
yeah,
by.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I again, I could really be missing it. This is just my raw initial reaction to it. So I need to look more into it, but it was fine. It's pretty. I'd rather be in that area than out on those switchbacks on the side of everything. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
Chaos.
Um, had people talking a lot, which is cool. But yeah, not too much to like really get excited about in there while you're walking around besides it being prettier and being inside
And
of
we have
a
not seen it
theme
yet
versus
back
not.
to normal inside, right? I wonder if
No,
there's
it's
any
still
change.
holiday, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so there's also a shop that they added out front that's
Yes.
supposed to be in story as the carriage house for where the horses and the animals go into when they're no longer pulling the carriage like the one in front of the house. And we saw a really interesting video on that somebody commented about because he is a technical expert. He does like architecture and gardening and also theme park stuff. So we love it. Was it? We love to hear it when it's from. We love anyone's opinions because they're fun, but when it's someone with the background, I tune in a little bit more extra. And he was talking about how it was pretty clear that the retail team of the Disney corporate monolith was the one in charge of the shop, whereas the Imagineers were in charge of the extended queue and inside of the Haunted Mansion. And he says, as a consequence, the retail store looks like a retail store instead of a facade of a carriage house that was repurposed into a retail store. And so that is kind of disappointing to hear, but I haven't seen it in person.
Yeah. I saw the sign, so they have a name for it now. It's called Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond. Sorry, I want to say that more clearly. Um, the sign itself to me already looked kind of like it's like two-tone, the letters. It looks again modern-y, like
Modern, yeah.
a modern. Okay, let's go back to Home Goods. It'd be like something you'd see at Home Goods trying to look like it's an old sign, but it's obviously not. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
It's like that. So I wasn't a fan of that design. The house itself, the way the house is like shaped, it looks exactly like Memento Mori, as far as I can remember. So it looks like a
That's the
carriage
one at
house.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, but it just doesn't have much texture to it. Like it looks kind of like too new, maybe.
Yeah, yep. It looks way too
Um,
new.
yeah. So I didn't watch the video that you watched, so I wanted to hear more about that. But um, he
Oh,
could
and
be
what's
onto
cool
something
about
there for sure.
this this YouTuber is that he said what he would have done since he
Okay.
has that background, and it was really smart. He said he would have um, dug a few feet down so that it looks shorter than it actually is, and so have a couple feet of it buried underground so that you'll have to walk into the store, but it won't look as big from the outside. So he wanted to play more with the forced perspective so that it looks not as similar to the Haunted Mansion, which is really close, or the salt mine that's also really close for Tiana's Bayou. And then he said he would have made it so the side that has the most foot traffic along New Orleans Square would be the back of the carriage house instead of the entrance. And then he did a whole diagram of how it would be better for crowd control. And I thought, oh, wow, this is really fascinating. I liked it.
Nice. I need to go back and watch that.
Good one.
Um, I don't know if he mentioned this or not because it sounded like you were starting to go in that direction. But one thing I did notice about that carriage house is it feels like it is very big.
Yeah.
Like there's times where you walk over and it completely blocks the entire Haunted Mansion, which I thought was weird because usually you could
Yes.
see it on the whole walk. And
Yes.
also like it kind of sticks out a little bit. Like it's not
Yep.
like it like no longer looks like it should be like the carriage house would actually even be there.
Right. I agree. It
Yeah.
doesn't look as practical. And it didn't they could have used forced perspective instead of actually making it sized for a horse. And
Yeah.
then also he talked all about what you said. He said that's an iconic perspective walking from that side,
Yeah.
like the Splash Mountain area toward the pirates, and
Yeah, I thought
seeing
that
an
was weird.
actual living mansions there and then finding out it's the ride. Well, the retail won here. They won. Make that money.
Well, we all know that Disney won't be afraid to tear that thing down in a heartbeat if everybody actually hates it. So
There
we'll
you go.
see. Um, Another thing that I noticed, they moved the hearse that's inside the queue for the Haunted Mansion to a new placement, which is kind of more on the side of the line as soon as you come in. The old gates where you like come in the front. I guess you still enter from there. You just kind of flip around to the other area first. Um, and I was like, oh no, did they block my favorite like photo opportunity? Because there is a great um location where you can take a photo from the gate, like through the fence. And like
Yeah.
it's like this really nice photo. And like, yeah. So, but then I saw
Oh,
somebody taking the exact photo that I was thinking about. I'm like, oh no, it's still there. They got it.
oh, okay. So you could try to rig it up.
Yes. Yep. Um, all right. So other quick couple things. In DCA, California Adventure, the red car trolley has an end date now of February 8th. So if that was your jam, make sure to go on it one last time before it leaves.
Who's going to
And
tell the Buena Vista Street characters that they're losing their public transportation?
I
Ugh,
know, I know it's
shame.
sad. And then two new shops open up in downtown Disney. I didn't even realize this was happening, so I'm like so out of the loop lately. Just like, excuse me, I just saw it open up, and I'm like, what was happening? So they have a new Avengers shop called Avengers Reserve. It's very epic in there. Like it has characters hanging from the ceiling and on the light fixtures and like it's kind of cool. So and they have a lot of like kind of fashion things in there. So like they had two um mannequins that were dressed like what is his name? What's the punk rock Spider-Man?
Spider Punk.
Is it just Spider-Punk? No, you're making that up.
Yeah.
Is it?
I like to play as him
I
on the
like his
game.
character.
Yep.
So it's cute. They just were giving like kind of options for what you can wear, but thought that was pretty, pretty cute. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm dying. So
Pack
sorry,
it
you
up.
guys.
More reason why you need to rest today and let someone else go to Disneyland.
Right. And this is like anytime I talk a lot, my throat just gets more and more dry and it just aggravates my cough all that much more. And then they have the D-Lander shop, which I think is a hilarious name. Anybody
I
else?
like the logo and the design of the outside,
Yes.
but it
Very mid-century
sounds like
modern.
it's just the same old shit inside though. What do you
Yeah, it looks like a an elevated version of the dress shop. So they needed that because they got rid of the dress shop. So
Okay.
like, and now it's like a lot more co-ed also. It's not so focused on women's clothing. So they have a lot more men's clothing, which is really cool. And they really have a lot, again, more mannequins to like show you how to like do a really fun Disney bound outfit, for instance, or
Oh,
whatever. So
okay.
yeah,
All
it's kind
right.
of like co-op-y. You remember the co-op in
I
Disney
do. I
World?
love the co-op at Disney World. Yeah,
It's
Disney Springs.
closer to that than it was the dress shop. So they're kind of leaning in the right direction.
Okay.
So think it's really cool. Um, all right. Well, Mike, what do you think about time on this episode? Because we're already in an hour and I've yet to even touch our Patreon topic, but I was very excited to. But I wanted to take my sweet ass time with it. What do you think?
I have some ideas. I think we had so many good hot topics that we do need a finale that ends with a Patreon topic.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you had something prepped up, but then I think we could even do more with this topic over time. So why don't you give us like a tease into what could be a future series?
Okay. Man, I wish I had done a different park so that I could do a shorter version, but I don't have anything else prepped.
Ooh, do a land. Can you just do a land?
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So this topic came in from Pamela,
Hey,
and she
Pamela.
said, I would love a secrets show, like the little green or the little green man, like the little man house near Indiana Jones, Herald and Guardians of the Galaxy, and would love this for Walt Disney World as well. So Pamela, you are speaking my language, girl, because I love this is like
Love it.
what got me into Disney at the level I'm at are these types of things. I just love talking about them. And I think I've said it like 20 times on the podcast that I want to figure these all out for Disney World because I really don't know a lot in Disney World in
Yeah.
comparison to Disneyland. So today what I decided to do with this topic is I'm going to divvy this up and do it over time because I really
Yeah.
want to like dive into it anyway. So this topic is going to become a little bit more of a segment.
Yeah.
So I had originally
Pamela's
planned, huh?
Pamela's secrets.
Pamela's Secrets. I love it.
Yes. Yes. My wheels are already turning.
Pamela,
There's so many.
Pamela's
There's so many good
Secret.
ones.
I love that. Yeah. So, Disneyland, I'm going to take you on a journey there soon. But let's just step right in to the very beginning of Disneyland, okay? And then we'll go down Main Street together, and then we're
Ooh.
going to have a pause, and we'll get back to the rest of Disneyland later. Does that sound good?
I love Main Street as a starting point.
Okay. So what I figured I'd do here with you, Mike, is I'm going to list off some of the Disneyland secrets that I know about. And these are all just off the top of my head. I just have so many of them in my brain that I've wrote them all down and I'm going to kind of navigate us through. And I want from you any questions. I want to know if you already knew about this or if this is a new one or an old one or whatever. And any comments that you may have as we go around through them. Okay.
I love a comment.
Okay. So, do you happen to know the address of Disneyland?
Yes, it's 1313 Disneyland Drive,
1313 Harbor Boulevard.
Harbor
But good try.
Boulevard.
And why is it 1313 Harbor Boulevard?
I know why. I can't remember why.
Okay. I'm surprised you forgot because this is also do with your
Wait,
first name
wait. MM,
and
Mickey
your initials.
Mouse,
Yeah.
because 13 is the letter M. Wow, I actually did not know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did, but I always know 13 is M. Like I always remember that. And
Yeah,
if we're
that's why I
playing
was
an
like, I
escape
think
room,
you probably knew that
you
with
start
your
in the
name.
middle. Yeah. Oh my
So you
gosh,
have
that's pretty
MM just like
cool.
Mickey Mouse,
So
which is
I am the
1313.
address.
You
Harbor.
are. It was named Michael Mansberger.
They're named right after me.
Yep. So your mom named you after your Disneyland address.
I
Let's
just
just
don't
go
like
with
the
that.
harbor part. I prefer Disneyland Drive.
Yeah, yeah. What were they thinking?
Damn it.
Um, so that's a good start. So now we're at Disneyland. We've arrived. We're here at 1313 Harbor. We're going in to get our tickets scanned to get into the park. And there's a very iconic sound when you scan your tickets at the front gate. Do you know what that sound is?
Yes.
What is it?
I can't emulate it, but it's from Steamboat Willie, the whistle.
Oh,
Oh,
good try
the
though.
Tinkerbell's wink sound.
Take a wink. Oh, she does have a sound for her wink, huh?
She
Maybe?
does like ding. I think it's
I
her
feel like I can
wand.
hear it. Oh yeah, probably.
Wait,
So
I do know this one. I feel like it's a fun fact that is often said when going through said pro
I think,
turnstile.
okay, so I'll tell you one thing that I think a lot of people catch on to, but I don't think the real thing most people know. I don't think it's common knowledge, but there is a sound that you can use on your iPhone that's identical, or at least it sounds identical for like text messages and stuff.
Oh, I
You
you
don't know
lost
about
me
that either?
again.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So the sound, I'm gonna do the whistle because I whistle all the time. So it's like he goes, oh no, I can't whistle, right? Does that recognize that? Or can you even
I
hear that over Zoom?
I think our audio equipment is so sophisticated.
Oh
It's
no.
muting the sound.
Do 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 do. Can't do it without doing the whistle.
Doo-doo.
Do 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 do. It's a whistle and it's a bird whistling. Does that give it away?
Oh, it's the bird in a ride.
No. It's a movie.
I have no idea. And I this whole time, you know why? I'm thinking of the Magic Band Disney World tap sound. That's why.
Yeah, get out of here, Disney World. Whatever. I
That
knew you
is,
were
I
gonna be a
think,
Disney World
Tinkerbell.
person. Now you're moving there. Blech.
Tinkerbell's wink.
Whatever. Traitor. So the sound is from the Bluebird in Song of the South.
Wow, that's dumb. All of it.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
I thought it was something better. God dang it. Yeah, they should
And
just
it's
change
weird
that.
because if you look up the clip, it's like it's identical. It's for sure it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is the gate tweet, and now you'll be traumatized every time you walk through the gate. You're
Gate
welcome.
tweet and Twitter bird is blue also.
Yep. And the
Um,
tweet, the sound on iPhones is called tweet also, and it sounds just like it. So,
oh, now there's one
um,
other thing that happens when you're going through that turnstile that is a secret, Pamela's secrets, or or anyone's secrets. It's another secret, and I dare say it. I dare say it.
oh God,
The
what is
calorie
it?
pear tree. The calorie pear tree. It's known for a very
Calorie pear
distinct
tree.
odor.
At the front gate?
Uh-huh. Very distinct odor that only this one type of tree has. The Pyrus
I've only smelt
calorenia.
that over in New Orleans Square.
Wait, what are you thinking of?
The sea trees.
Yes, they're right out front. They're right out front.
What? I didn't
The
know they were
sea
out
trees,
there too. That's hilarious.
calorie pear trees.
Why are they go? I don't. We'll talk about that later.
That's just the name of the actual pear.
Oh, the actual
The
tree.
tree, yeah. That some
That's
people
hilarious.
say smells like something else, like a bodily fluid.
Yes.
So there you go. More secrets for you.
Secrets. They make friends. All right. Now, this one is probably one of the most popular secrets ever, but I figure, you know what, it might have some people listening to our show that don't know all of these things. So I'm happy to tell all of these things as well. There is one car on one of the trains that is called the
Lily Bell.
Everyone Together, Lily
Lily
Bell.
Bell.
And this was Walt's train that he dedicated to his wife, whose name is Lillian, and he had her decorate it. So it's still in that fashion now. You cannot ride on it unless you're on like a special tour or got
Did
really
she ever get to
lucky.
write on it?
Excuse me. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's really pretty in there. It's like an old school train diner car, and they have a picture of Walt and Lillian together, and it's very cute. So, um, if you get a chance to hop on there, by all means, take it. Okay. We are now in front of the train station, and there are some relics in the town square around the flagpole. Do you know what these
Relics.
are? There's something from the 1800s in this area.
What? Is it the time capsule? No,
Nope.
that's not from the 1800s. It is oh, it is a piece of the Liberty Bell.
It is not, but it is actually the French cannons. They are real, authentic cannons that are
What?
around the flagpole.
I
I
did
think
not know
there's
this.
either just two or four. I can't remember how many there are. But they're actually real cannons. They're not just like fabricated for Disneyland. So those are
Wow.
actually
If you
from the
made me
1800s.
illustrate that front entrance from memory, I would not have put a cannon in there.
Yep. It's
I
like
didn't even
there's
know it
the
had it.
flagpole, some
Wow.
benches, a churro cart, and some cannons because
Wow.
those all go together.
Flagpole stood up.
Yep, yep. All right. And then over to the side, you have the City Hall. And then next to the City Hall, there is a lovely little, very important thing that you need in any town. And there is maybe a lamp in the window upstairs. What is this area, Mike?
This is probably the fire station with Walt's apartment atop.
Yep. Walt's apartment at the Disneyland Fire Station. Now, this is cute. And again, most of you probably already know this, but it's so adorable. I had to mention it because they have a lamp in the window. And the story is that Walt needed, he was in Disneyland all the time. So he wanted a place that he could sleep in the park as well as like entertain his guests and family, like a comfortable place to be able to relax. So it's an actual functioning apartment. Like there's a shower and everything in there, and you can visit it on tours as well. Still decorated the same that they had it decorated back then. And supposedly, when Walt Disney was in the park, he would always light the lamp in the window and he would turn off when he leaves. And so now it's just always on in the little window. And I think that's such a cute tribute. It's like a little ghost of Disney, Walt Disney.
How do they keep it lit?
It's just a light bulb now,
Ruined.
ruined forever.
Ruined. Do you know there's an actual flame that has been lit for like hundreds of years somewhere? I forgot where it is.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I don't buy it. I feel like somebody fucked it up at some
Somebody had to
point.
have blown that out at least once out of like spite.
Yes, and relight it. Imagine being that person. You would not tell anybody that you
No, I
did
would
that.
never. But
Okay,
I
so
would
the fire,
know.
you would know, take it to your grave at the Haunted Mansion fire station. I went in there once to like hang out in the fire truck in the back, and I saw a spider about the size of my hand there in it. And
Nope.
I get so scared now going in there. And it's dark already as it is at night.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
Woo! I have video of it somewhere.
That was cute too because they have a pole there of like a fire pole that you could go down from Walt Disney's apartment into the fire station.
That's good.
But it's obviously
Ghostbusters.
like closed off now, but still the pole's still there. Okay. So now we're traversing down Main Street, and on the right side, there's this little area called Center Street. This is a really cool area because there's just a lot going on here. This is like kind of the center of the city where all the shops are and all of the like locals really have a lot going on. And this is a fun area because a lot of people don't even realize it, but there's a lot of fun background sounds in this area. For instance, they have a dentist office and you can hear someone getting their teeth drilled. And I think someone like screaming in agony during that
That was
also.
the very first that I can remember as a kid, like thing that I discovered
Nice.
was happening that was, not only a secret, but like, what? Is it real? Why is it up there? Why did they do it? Like, it's really for no reason other than to make it feel alive, right? Love it.
Yep, it's like
Love
a
it.
real functioning city. We've got the dentist doing his work. There's a detective agency there, piano lessons.
Ooh.
There's also a hotel in this area, so you can hear,
Oh.
I think there's like somebody showering and like singing. You can hear like the shower running and somebody singing in the shower. So
Interesting.
busy little city life area on Center Street on Main Street, or right off of Main Street. Then we go down a little further to the end of Main Street. On the left side, there is the all super famous light bulb. We all know this one, the half red, half white light bulb. And if you don't know the story, it's that if it's like an hexagon, is that right? Yeah, hexagon shape of lights alternating between red and white. And then it landed on, it's a, well, they needed an odd number, right? No, they needed an even number, but it landed on an odd number. So you're gonna have two whites or two reds next to each other. So supposedly Walt Disney was like, well, what happens if we just color the paint or paint the light bulb half and half? And then it fixed that problem. So when it lights up, you can just kind of see either or and it matches the color scheme. So super easy fix, fun little like thing to point out. I see people pointing it out to other people all the time. It's like really cute. When I see
Could
that, I'm
see
like,
that.
yes,
It's a
Disney Holiday
genius,
Unite.
a genius example of an engineering marvel, just that light bulb, because it's a impossible question that the engineer, in this case Walt Disney, found an answer to.
Yep.
Because it would be you'd have to pick either two red or two white. And he said, no, there's another way that's not on this list.
I
Think
would have
outside of
thought
the
like we need
box.
to redesign the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like we need to like fit in another
Genius.
light bulb
Think
somehow.
outside of the bulb. Love it
Yep, think
so
outside the
much.
bulb. And this one's so popular, it has t-shirts after it. Disneyland made official light bulb drink like sippers, like drink
Oh wow.
sippers. So like this one is one of those fun secrets that may be a little less of a secret nowadays, but it's still all the fun. And then the last one I have for this like Main Street is like kind of going up towards the castle. And you mentioned it a second ago, and it's that there is a time capsule buried at the castle. Um, so this was buried in 1995, which was like kind of a cool time. That was like high school for us. I was coming to Disneyland a
Yeah.
little more already starting then. So I was like starting to get really into it. I didn't know they buried that at that point. Um, but on that plaque, it says the Disneyland time. Wait, sorry, my thing is cutting off here. The Disneyland 40th anniversary time capsule. So 95 was 40
Wow.
years.
So we
And
could
then it
have been
says,
there if we wanted to. We just didn't know all the details
yeah,
at that time.
yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't
Very
have
cool.
social media to tell us all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then below that, it says a time capsule containing Disneyland memories, messages, and milestones lies beneath this point. The Disneyland time capsule is dedicated to the children of the 21st century who may unlock its contents on the 80th anniversary of Disneyland, July 17th, 2035.
That's
So I
11
don't know
years,
about you,
10
but I have
years.
plans in 2035 already. Are
What month was it? Did it say the month?
you serious? It's the anniversary of Disneyland.
Oh, I missed that part. Yeah, the 40th, the day of. Okay, got it. Um, oh, so that's gonna be a good anniversary to line up for
Yeah.
because that's in
Like I thought the
addition to,
75th was going to be big. The 80th
yeah.
is going to be fun because of this. And
Wow.
supposedly nobody knows what's in it. I don't like, that's what I read. So, well, people know who buried it, but it's not like they showed everybody in
Oh,
press or anything
the
like
only reason
that.
why
Like,
I felt like might have is I remember doing, I think like elementary school, all I had to put SHIT in there, or was high school. It was like one of those.
uh,
So maybe it's like some cast members got to participate. That would be cool.
yeah, yeah. I don't know exactly what they did. So that'll be super cool to see. I already feel like pulling a box out that hasn't been opened since 1995 would be so cool right now. So imagine even more 10
Don't you
years
wish
from
we
now or whatever.
did at that time? We should bury something now in 2025 and then open it in 30 years.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be in our
We're
mid
old.
70s. Wild,
Wow. Wow. Golden Girls.
wild. Golden Girls, that's right. So yes, so that is the beginning of these secret tours that we're going to be going on.
I
Next
love
time
this.
I will I will hand it over to Mike to ask you if you want to head left, straight, or to the right and then we'll go from there. But to be continued.
Thank you, Pamela. That is a great topic that is going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. And in today's episode, we talked about some new Disneyland news coming out and like got to like dive into the chaos of the candlelight processional narrators, um, the Muppets taking over, the 70th anniversary After Dark Nights, so many things, and of course, our Patreon topic.
Well, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed episode 219 of the Disney Holic Show.
Follow us on social media at the Disney Holics.
And if you want to get in touch, send us a DM on Instagram or contact us at thedisneyholics.com. Okay, bye. Bye.